Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
All right, people, welcome back to the channel. It's currently 2-2. Reggae Girls versus Guatemala. Currently watching the game. 67 minutes gone in this encounter. Interesting game right now. Corner to the Reggae Girls. All right, so a corner to the Reggae Girls. Taking it on the right hand side. Shinadu Asher. Oh my word. That should have been an attempt on goal. Over the top, that looks like offside. Oh my God. Another corner. I think the Reggae Girls have been wasteful. Number 16 should have scored that just now. That should have been a goal. All right, another corner to the girls. Chinelu Asha on this one again. Can the girls capitalize? 20 minutes to go in this encounter. Another corner to the Reggae Girls. 3 successive corners. Changes being made by Guatemala. Welcome to everyone to the channel. Hey man, big up yourself, my people. All right, Chinilu is going to swing this one across. She does. Heads up, cleared by the Guatemalans. They are running at the Reggae Girls, looking to take this lead, and she's inside the box. Oh, good tackle there by the Reggae Girl, Alika Keen. That run has gotten her breathless. That's offside. All right, the Guatemalans are pressing inside the Jamaican third. Jamaicans are on the back foot shot from outside, but it is wide. Jamaicans are pressing. I think either team is going for the win. Oh my word. Jamaica has been wasteful. That should have been in the back of the net. That should have been in the back of the net. Big up yourself. Yeah, man, I'm live, man. Laurel, big up yourself. Yeah, man, we now put away the chances. Come on, Ayat, big up yourself. That one should have been buried just now. Oh, all right, here comes the Reggae Girls on the counter attack. Broken up by the Guatemala team. End-to-end stuff really happening in this one. These teams are not clinical in the final third. She lost the ball and she's not running back. Here comes, oh, decent ball that down the flank. $83 minutes we're into. And the score is tied at 2 goals apiece. Oh, that wasn't a foul. That was a good tackle. She got the ball. Long ball inside the box. And that should be a goal kick. Good press there by the Reggae Girl. But the Reggae Girl clearly could have been up by at least 2 goals. However, wasteful in front of goal. Player is down. Favoring her leg. Decent ball over the top. What can the girl do with this one? Good chuck in there by Guatemala. Good shot blocked by Guatemala, counter attacking deep inside there. Oh, good turn by the player there. She hold up the ball very well, but all right, here comes the Jamaican team. Oh, that is offside. Three minutes of additional time. Yeah, that was offside. That is a let off by this team again. That's a let off for the reggae girls. Like the reggae girls are just gonna settle for the draw. Out of touch. So that is the end of the game, people. Game ending in a 2-all draw. Is that a good or a bad result? Is that a good or a bad result? Well, based on the score, they have improved from the last games. All right, last 2 games. They can't do anything else but to settle for the draw. They have nothing else to offer. Based on what I see, Guatemala is more likely to score. Yeah, but the reggae girls get goals and no score. Guatemala get goals and no score. Both of them scored 2 goals. So who is likely to score Black Prince? Nobody. Because it's even Stevens. Yeah, man, it's a good result for them, man. Either team could have won because either team got opportunities, goal scoring opportunities, and did not capitalize. So I think this is it. I think this is it for big up yourself, Rob Smith. I think this is it for Xavier Gilbert. Not a bad record, or is it a bad record? 1 loss and a draw. I said, David, I remember them let go the winning coach and the reggae girls, them not show up. The reggae girls, they not show up. Yeah, that's that. So, well, the winning team, second round squad. But they're not a bad team to watch still, you know. When you look at how they play, them kind of open the game rather than sitting back. And that's me. Enterprise in football, if you ask me.
So, coach, what was your good night, coach? Um, what was your view of the game?
Yeah, so
I watched the 90 minutes, you know. Um, so congratulations to the ladies.
you're Rob Smith him now.
You hear me, coach?
Yeah, man, it's a draw, so it can't be nothing less than a good and fair result for both teams. Actually, big up yourself. When the last time a Lion team scored from the run of play? you tell us, Rob Smith. Cyan all same like the open play too, yeah. Big up Gilbert, man, did the best he could, yeah. So this is it for him. But in terms of what we would have seen, let me take out the headset there because I might have talked too loud.
Are you hearing me, coach?
Depending on what we based on what we'd have seen, this is the end of Gilbert as the head coach, but I don't think it is the end of him being a part of the team, because as we know, the modus operandi of the JFF right now is to add one of our local coach to the thing. So I guess he will still be a part of whatever is going to continue. Understand? Big up to Davia on that super sticker. Big up yourself, Davia. Davia has always been here supporting the channel for a female. Big up yourself. The man say him can't remember. No, Qatar, me not hear. CC, what one?
Yeah, my there, man. What I say is we probably have to go bring this
Qatar,
if
talk
we
again.
can get.
Check.
Let me see if I hear.
Check.
No, me not
Microphone
hear.
check.
Jump off and jump on back. CC, what one?
Yeah, me there, man. Yeah, so
Me not hear CC either.
You not hear me? How I go on? Coach, I probably hear you, you know.
Check. CC, me not hear either, you know.
Alright, me try to come back on because I don't know what going on.
Hold on there.
Coach.
Yeah, man, we are here now.
Hear me now, check. Yeah, coach. Good night to you, coach.
Big up yourself.
Jump on. Coach, I watched 90 minutes of the game. You know, it's not really my sport still, but congratulations, ladies.
It is not your sport.
No, meaning women's football. And it's only 1 year now since I've really been introduced to it, and I'm still learning the intricacies of the game in terms of who the players are, etc. But I think the ladies tried their best. I think the Jamaican terminology is giving basket to carry water. But the truth of the matter is, after we look at the sentiment, you know, I like the young lady Days, but I think she takes too long to pull the trigger. I thought she could have been a bit more clinical when she was in the box. But coach, when you come to international window, let's get down to brass tacks. 1 point from 2 games in the international window is bad. It's a poor return.
But given
especially when it's a home draw, no, they don't. There's no given whatever. When you look at
given what they have and the situation surrounding the team,
there's given money.
No, but hold on. CC, please. I'm talking about when the table comes and it comes to qualification. Nobody gives any provisor. It's 1 point you get in. You can either get 6, 4, 2, 1, or 0. And it's a home draw. So Guatemala would be feeling good about it because anytime you get an away draw, you feel good. I said they tried their best. They tried their I don't know if it's the best, but they tried. It was an open game. But we failed to get the result that I think we needed.
For background so heavy.
See, man. I didn't walk it the mic close. Yeah, coach. I'm saying in a 2-game window, you can either get 6 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point as 0. Right? And we have ended up with the second lowest point return we can get. So I don't know how that is something for praises and clapping of hands and it's a results business. This is not a friendly match. And it leaves us in a predicament. I understand that we might need to win our last two games in order to be certain of qualification.
I want to
Yeah.
rich poor, but give
So,
JFF a break.
so
More
it puts us
technical
in a good
difficulty.
situation. So how is it a good situation when you're in two must-win games? Coffee Road, it. May I have brother?
No,
That
I
is not a
think
good situation. It
I
means that
think
we're not out.
all right, Kantar, based off what is happening surrounding the team, where the senior team is concerned,
See, you can mute your mic, please, brother.
this is not the strongest reggae girls team. So that's why we say, given the circumstance, when you look at performance, it might not be the best performance, might not be the best results that we want. But overall, I think it is you consider it a valiant effort from this makeshift team.
So I agree with you, coach. That is this is
But
a
when you
valiant effort.
but when you look on the
A for
whole,
effort. A for
huh?
the captain. A for
Yeah,
effort.
yeah,
The
yeah.
captain, both captains, because it changed halfway through, right? When Asher came
Mm-hmm.
out. They really tried to rally the team. But if you look at the reality, in the last 3 minutes, they had two gilded chances to win the game.
Yeah.
So we
So
were
we're not
hanging on by
clinical.
a thread.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying, coach, is look, I look at the thing and base it. When you have 6 on a scale, 0 points out the window would be a disaster,
Of
right?
course, I understand it. Based on that,
1
you
point
said.
from the window is very poor.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come to the end of the table, at the end in December, when the table comes to the end, if
Mm.
we don't get those points, it doesn't say okay in bracket, but you never have your big team. So we're going to let you in at it. It don't do that.
Yeah. So
So,
on that, from that perspective, I agree with you, and there's no going around that because that is fact, that is truth, and that is what has happened. You understand?
but what it does say, is that our upcoming crop of ladies, we have an upcoming crop of ladies that if they are allowed to be given what you call it again now, friendly internationals and those things, it augurs well for the future that they are competitive in the region, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that is the plus I get from it, is
Yeah.
that if these ladies are called up for friendly matches and stuff, if somebody gets injured, it looked like we have a replacement to call in, and we're not going to drop off and tumble down. But the
Mm.
most serious concerning area was the goal. One of them was the goalkeeper and the central defender. Um, and our goalkeeper and defensive unit has been a rock through the Olympics and those qualifiers. Not Olympics, sorry, the World Cup
World Cup.
qualifiers and the World
Mm-hmm.
Cup itself. So it just begs the question: if Bonnie Shaw was here, what would have happened? She would have
Because
run riot.
the first goal to me was a giveaway,
Mhm.
because that in itself should not the keeper back pedal and just miss the ball. That was too soft for my asking. But give the girls credit, they came back and they got that equalizing goal and they took the
Yes.
lead, but they could not hold on to it. Do you see where the coach should have probably asked the central defensive midfielder and the defenders to be a little bit more uh disciplined in not letting through balls through the spaces and the lanes so that these quick Central Americans could run through? Did the
But
coach
the
do
word, the
anything to
word,
shore up the defensive section of things?
the word quick and Central America. I thought we were big, fast, and strong.
No, Qatar,
Um,
you know,
no,
seminar
no, no,
agree with that
no, no,
statement
no,
there.
no, no, but that's what I heard. That is our
Yeah,
natural advantage. But
yeah,
today
but me not
we
agree with
saw
it.
that that was thrown out as rubbish. And
Hmm.
the author of that statement, I would hope he comes on in this week and explain himself with what we saw, because we got burnt for pace on a number of occasions, right? But here's the thing, coach. CDM is a problem in the men's team. CDM now seems to be a problem in this women's team, right? It's
Mm.
just our Achilles heel throughout our program, right? Even the big woman who come from Chelsea, who is the CDM, and that is in the A team, you call it. She's coming towards the end of her career. But it is CDM. We have to just look at how that happens. Um, but a nice match to watch. I watched 90 minutes of it. But coach, there's something very telling.
Hmm.
And here's the thing. At first, until I got to change my VPN, I was watching the Spanish one, right? There
Hmm.
were nearly 6,000 people, 6,000 viewers on the Spanish thing. And when I came over to Jamaica, midway the first half, at the 1-1 score, it was barely 350, 360. So there was seemed to be a massive disinterest amongst the Jamaican fans, almost a total disengagement.
But how can you verify that these were the Jamaican fans who were watching? Yes
No,
or no?
you have a English speaking coach. I don't own the analytics, but I don't think that they were that of the 5,900 that were watching the Spanish, that 5,000 of them were Jamaican, Spanish speaking Jamaicans watching the Spanish feed.
No, but sometimes people watch football game and them no need to hear the commentator. That's why they come
Okay,
on coach's desk on other channels when we are doing the
yeah,
watch along.
but I watch the watch along numbers. Even some of the bigger channels, IMAX, who have heavy watching. I don't know who only people that watch the game, coach. What I'm saying is that in the Spanish speaking, and remember they had other games going on, right?
Mm.
Um, on the Spanish speaking feed, there seemed to be a massive interest, almost as much as we would have in a stadium.
Somebody is
In
saying
some
that could the disparity
uh,
be a function of each country's population?
each country's population.
Mm.
Okay.
And
Well, we can
and
ex- we can
and
explain.
Qatar,
Look here,
just
coach.
funny still, you
Part
know.
of it is
Hold
that
on,
people
no.
vex with the wagwan
Yeah, plus
because the
plus
stadium empty.
yes, Qatar, but when you
Yeah,
look on
yeah,
it still,
brother.
you know, Guatemala, the Central American countries, there are more of a football loving nation than Jamaica, you know. So even if there wasn't any impasse, we still would have been outnumbered in terms of viewership when it comes on to these people.
So the population of Guatemala is approximately 17 million. Our population is approximately 3 million, right? Which is, call it probably 5.25 times, right? So therefore, if we did have 400 people, call it 400 people watching, 5 times 4 is 2,000. Remember some maths are my thing, you know. So if you want to explain it away that way, be my guest. The math don't, it's not proportional. What I'm saying is we have to take account that the interest on the English speaking side and on the Jamaican side was very low in this game. It's a Sunday, um, right time, Sunday afternoon. And when the something pan around the stadium, the one time it looking at the stand, empty. Marching band a beat, but kind of like some of the little vibe with the marching band. It was much better than when I listened to them with the reggae boys, which was just a drummer beat. I hear the little rhythm, so I kind of like that with the marching band. But we still need them to play some of the catchy thing like the mad out rhythm and them thing there, where the people them can mad out.
I was watching the Spanish version too. That me I tell Cataract saying they can't really because remember he have VPN. Some people probably have to use.
So why I watch the Spanish version when the English one was available?
I don't know. Me go on CONCACAF website and I just I watch a game. I mean, Spanish me I hear. Me never know the CONCACAF have a different English channel.
Yeah, man, they have on everything. So
Guyana was playing. YouTube, me just type in
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the Jamaicans we were watching the Spanish.
No, but I'm not saying that.
No, man.
But YouTube, me did I watch it on?
Me watch it on YouTube too. I was watching it on Spanish, so I would have counted as one of the viewers in the beginning.
Me did I watch it on Spanish too.
But there's always an English feed and English feed and a Spanish feed. Guyana played Suriname, and I think they have a Dutch feed as well. They do dual language when it's necessary.
Mm.
And it matters, coach, because it speaks to the interest in the team, fans, and the interest of fans in your program is essential when you want to attract sponsors. Sponsors look at numbers, right? So I don't want someone out there say, yes, great, we had low numbers watching. That's a great thing for football. It's a bad thing. We have to get the numbers up. I want us to get back to when we had full stadium for the men. And I heard, I wasn't there at the last game because I did fly out to where the war going. And I heard that there was a bumper crowd of 9,000. That's what was reported. I don't know if I saw 900 people. So if you have that amount of fallout, it must be that's concerning, coach.
So to me, it's not concerning because when I look on it, people now support women's football as men's football. The last game was because of the big stars them they did it. No, they are not there. Of course, the numbers are go down. But it's not concerning to me.
Okay. All right. It's concerning to me. Because when a sponsor looks at numbers, when they look to ask somebody for sponsorship, they look for your numbers, your live game numbers. They look at your, in this modern world, they look at your digital numbers, right? That's how they make some decisions as to whether we sponsor this or we go sponsor Sting or we go sponsor Igloo or Jamaica Carnival, because we are competing for sponsorship dollars, local sponsorship dollars and international. So if I want to feel like something there, well, we didn't have a game. We have time come things in a man to go here. You understand?
So one of them will boycott the game.
No, today is the national executive meeting of the People's National Party, of which I was a supporter, and that is where I went. I could not make it back in time for the game, but I watched it.
Duklan, you come back, you saw the number 17. Davia said she think that she has a feeling that JFF is keeping down the girls so that they don't outshine the boys. You have a call online. All right, Toughy Rudy, we know you come for Cataract. Talk what you talk.
Cataract, my brethren, bless up. Cataract, you said the stadium was empty, right?
Yes, sir.
But didn't you on one of these programs call for a boycott of this game? Come on, brother. We got to pick a side. You can't be like the JFF members, What side you on? Boycott or don't boycott? Maybe they listen to you.
No, Toughy Rudy, please, my brother. Don't do that. I was on here, coach. I called for the fans to support the team. I never called for a boycott.
You did, but in the beginning you said you're not going and people should boycott this game.
No,
Alright,
sir.
go back.
No,
Go
sir.
back
No,
and
sir.
watch it.
No, sir.
Go watch,
No,
man.
sir.
I go back
No,
and watch.
sir. No, sir. You tell me where
Well,
and when I
if
said
I'm
that.
wrong, if I'm wrong, I
Please do.
apologize. But I'm gonna go back and watch. But I could have sworn you the word. Someone said it, and I thought it was you. So I'm gonna go watch. If I'm wrong, I apologize, my brother.
Very, very wrong. I'm an ultra, sir. I no way will I boycott
All
my
right,
team.
all right.
I'd rather stand up
And I
there and
mean,
protest with a banner. I'm on a
okay.
placard.
All
But
right, and
I've never protest. I've never boycott
now,
my side.
and now let's back to the game now. I'll take the draw because now we're not forced to win the next two games. We could win one, lose one, or win one and tie. And then we're still in the play-in that comes up next. So we still have a long shot. And another positive from this, there are a couple good players there that, remember, Matthews is not around anymore. So number 15 can slide right in. And I like number 17. And Marlo can step into. So there are three players there that could slide into the regular team. All right, guys, bless up, man.
All right, big up yourself.
I don't
Yeah,
know
man.
about sliding Toppy Rudy, but I think that if there needs be, they are capable, they are reliable backup. But I don't want to just slide into the team. So you know what I mean? What do you think, Coach? I don't think I'm sliding. I think some people have said, okay, they are backup. Some of them have showed that they are for development. I don't think anybody had a really bad game. Probably the keeper and one of the central defenders were the weakest to me. And the young lady up front, who, although she was nice to look at and nice to watch, she just hesitated on pulling the trigger on that left-hand side a number of times. And I wondered if it's because she's highly one-footed or something, Coach.
That's the number 10.
I can't remember. I have to go back and look at it, but about 3 or 4 times. And then her night came to an end early. But you know what I
Devon Porter
mean?
say he's not an artist. Him don't like the job.
No, some people are big up the draw like it's a great thing. That a home draw is a bad result in any sort of scenario. When you're in a competition, a home draw is a bad result. When you sit down with your fixtures coach, the first aim is to win all your home games and go on the road and get a draw, and that guarantees you that you qualify in any number if you study math, right? It's 3 of us in the team, right? So if we're gonna play 2 home games, if we win both home games, that would have been 6 points, and 1 draw on the road would have been 7. Guarantee you're going through. But the crowd was bad. You hear somebody rejoice over a draw already?
Somebody else said, Cataract, you're supposed to go in at the JFF, go be help them with some marketing. At that time, the people would have bun you out and say you work for JFF.
No, but coach, look here. There clearly is a deficit. There's no marketing in the JFF happening. There is no marketing manager. The marketing committee doesn't meet.
Cataract, we know that.
Oh.
I don't like say we don't know that.
Let me tell you something. You have the girls out.
But me I say the same people them say you go in there go do it. I same people them go bonfire upon you say you become a JFF person. So the people them have to decide what they want.
But at the first time I see the minister take selfie, I should have to say nobody excuse me. Because there's nobody blocking our selfie. Selfie to our heart desire. Right? Cataract would gladly accept the JFF position. Brother, Cataract is the most expensive song around town, right? Store Love and Bass and say that. But trust me, if it
coach.
If it 1,000 US a day, I can book Cataract. I'm the sound play every night. So
So
you tell me
coach,
where JFF will find that.
I think let me give Xavier Gilbert the job because for number one, I don't see why we're gonna try to get one coach overseas or get one coach and go pay him big money to do what specifically because it's not like say we have the greatest talent in the region in a CONCACAF where we say John we can win the World Cup so we need a specific coach. So that is the first thing they need to sort out. The only thing that I think is the problem, and because a lot of people they might not agree, but they must understand it cannot be a case where every time you go fix a problem, you go create the next problem. They can first of all the organization shouldn't have the money, but so why try and go get a coach where when we look on the A team when those girls come back, I think Xavier Marshall can manage the job with the A team.
Xavier Marshall, a cricketer.
Yeah, sorry, wrong. Xavier Gilbert. Yo, Xavier Gilbert. I think the job that Xavier Gilbert has done with these girls, and you can see the girl in play, coach. Them not really up to the level. Them not at the pace. Them off the pace and then really up to the level. But the coach did a good job with this team. First of all, the team scored 3 goals and concede 4 goals. So then keep the goal difference to a -1, plus they still have a 1 point. Based on the teams that I've seen played Panama and Guatemala, when we get if Bonisha and company can come back, we should dispatch of these other 2 teams easily. May I tell you, coach, Panama and Guatemala, we should dispatch of those teams because those teams, even with this setup that we have, remember 23 new girls, and the Panama team that we played. How much of that team went to the World Cup, coach?
The Panama.
Enough of them. Enough of them.
Yeah.
Enough of them.
And if
I
these
heard that
girls
argument before.
No, I'm just saying. All I'm trying to say is that when our team come back, we can dispatch of these teams. But for me, we don't want to create an extra issue. The problem I think what a lot of local coaches have is that they have too many jobs. Because probably if I check Xavier Gilbert now, he probably have 6 positions. Probably 3 per Excelsior, one other one run one part, plus 2 per JFF. And that's the only problem that I'm thinking that we have because some of the coaches have too much job. Sometimes you have coach D Cup, them a coach women team, them a coach Jamaica Premier League, and them plus them all teacher, PE teacher. So that's my issue with that in that aspect. So for me, I say given the circumstances and everything.
But CC, let me ask you this: if the girls are at a particular level, most of them are play Europe right now, and in a top leagues in America or whatever. You'd really want Xavier, who is not up to the par in terms of experience at the international level, to take these set of girls. Don't you think that they will give him problems?
At some all right, coach. For me, I look on it at the point of view where when I look at even Vin Blaine, it's not like Vin Blaine had any great international experience, but he somehow managed to do well with the girls.
But he's more experienced than Xavier.
Yeah, I mean he's more experienced than Xavier, but Xavier still is no rookie in terms of experience. The problem that Xavier would have is being stubborn. So what Xavier would have to have now is to develop a level and not being stubborn in terms of not being stuck in his ways and not willing to try other things and not willing to learn. So for me, I'm just trying to not compound the issue in terms of compound the issue.
CC, it's not a bag of speculation. But let's take it from your standpoint and let's work it through to the end. Why we don't just dispatch with, because I don't know how you dispatch off, but let's dispatch with Xavier Gilbert and just have the president coach a team then, since it doesn't really matter what qualifications they have. and what results you get. This
All
was a
Qatar could have a coach team.
This was a 2-2 draw against the 85th ranked team. A team ranked 40 points below, 40 positions below Jamaica.
So, but me ask you a question, Keterap. Hold on, Keterap. Hold on, Keterap. Hold on. You want to say the 85th ranked team. But it's 85th ranked.
83rd. No, 83rd.
All right. 83rd ranked team.
All
right. So this 83rd ranked team, right, is playing with their 83rd A team. And we are ranked.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Because I saw and I heard and I listened to the commentator say that there are some teenagers on the team. You never heard that, coach? Or you were listening to total Spanish?
Spanish, but I listen.
But in English, it said the word teenager on the team, but I'll help you out. It's mixed with some veterans. Right. You watch it in Spanish or you watch it in English, CC?
I watch it with no commentary.
Okay, so you watch the for the hearing impaired. So in sign language, did you see when they signed and said that they were teenagers?
Qatar, cool off, I fool. Let's both sign language.
No, I must not watch it.
Carla, welcome to the show.
Wow, coach.
Good day, I know.
Boy, I mean, you know, so I miss CCR5 program. You know, so I miss him when he gone with you. What a man can chat foolishness, man. Eh? What a man for chat foolishness. The man, one I problem in Jamaica, you know. What you mean by team we go World Cup 2 times? You don't forget not forget good coach for the team, man. What do CC? Tell CC if you come out with the madness, yeah, man.
So Carl, let me ask you a question. What you mean by get what?
So man is CC.
So wait now.
Okay,
hold on. Before you spurt out more foolishness and garbage.
CC, hold on, man. CC. Let me help you, man.
So I must hold on.
No, because you cut me. Because you cut me. The goalkeeper, 22 years old. Because you just said to me, say,
be a mad
full team. You know, the left back at 21 years old. We are work alongside him. The centre back, 19 years old. Second centre back, I'm going to finish your career, CC. You must stop. The second centre back, 20 years old. And I'm just going with the backline, coach. I'm going to stop at the backline if he accepts that, as the caller said, he is speaking, representing Bellevue. Right? And
yeah, man. I speak garbage, man.
Well, no, go make CC talk and defend himself. No, CC.
The one thing, you know what I'm trying to understand.
Hold on, man.
You know what I'm trying to understand? Why is it that when a Jamaican coach is put to the front is garbage? Why is it that you don't feel like if 100 Jamaican coaches given an opportunity is garbage? And when I say given an opportunity means say, oh, you have never coached in your life. You never coached for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. You have never coached in your life. But when a Jamaican coach is being proposed, garbage, rubbish. We need an international coach. When the international coach come and do nothing, you know. You know what is being said? I'm asking you, when the international coach comes and does nothing, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? They did not get any opportunity. They never get the right opportunity. They never get all what they needed to succeed.
We just don't want to see the women football team go no further, man. That me notice. When a sham at Jamaica, see they don't not even go support the girl. Them. I don't talk about coach. I don't even go support them. When a sham, man, I don't come on YouTube, come chat up on no more than chat.
So where did you go, Carla? Where did you go? Did you go to the match?
I live in America, brother. I live in America.
So then, remember saying, no, Mr. Jason put it in the comment section and right away click at me. London says a Jamaican, you know. So you just say he's
Yeah,
the local
yeah,
coach.
but him
Hold on, man. Make CC answer that one there.
So
CC?
careful how you say, Robert. Like the last man who coach a team was one of us.
CC say it. A CC say it.
10 minutes, but I don't mean I fight against it. I talk about it.
No, you say what
narrative.
CC say. Yes, well, man.
We forget good coach. If team got World Cup 2 times, and that you have rewarded them with.
But the 2 times we got a local coach do it.
Yeah, but the caller is not saying we shouldn't have a local coach. The caller is saying we must have a qualified,
we talk about good coach,
the best coach.
We're not talking about local coach. We're talking about good coach.
But I'm gonna ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If Xavier Gilbert,
Robert,
if you
disagree with the man, you disagree with the man. We're not running nobody.
If Xavier Gilbert was to go away and be in the States for 3 years and come back and him get the job, what would you say?
Same thing.
That is different. But to have people like who don't want the Jamaican coach go and educate themselves, so to big them up, and then when they fail the country, you see where Ruda speed though, with the under 20 and the under 17, how much more fail I want to see, brother? I want to know. Make the coach them go overseas, go educate themselves and get experience. We don't just want to throw them in there and making them the footballers go down. I want to keep on chatting about giving Jamaican coach chance. And enough of them have the money can go overseas. Look on my boy, the Miguel Coley. Look who's Miguel Coley there now. Eh? Why the other coaches them can't follow Miguel Coley?
Because it take money.
See, come on, 5 people in program with your madness, man.
Listen to me, boss. I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, I am for the persons they coach them to educate themselves and get experience in them jobs so them can go coach anywhere in the world.
Robert, the man, listen when you're talking, man. Just listen back, man.
However, my thing that I'm saying is that currently we have a coach in the men's team where we know say we want to get certain places. In terms of what they're paying him, I don't care. But in terms of the women team, and me I say, it's not like the man don't have experience. It's not like the man don't have qualification. So I'm saying, what is the pushback for the man to get the job? What is the pushback for the man to get the job?
What coaching license does David Gilbert have?
All right. I think, let me answer that.
No, man, I want to ask CC, coach. I want to ask CC. What is a coaching license David Gilbert has? You don't know. CC does not know.
Well, let me tell you. Me understand the point where CC based on finances. See? But where I disagree with CC now is that if you get by the A team, you're gonna need a qualified coach. Because if he's not affair with the preparation and the whole psychology of working with these big name girls, he might have problem. So whereas I understand the principle of CC I try to push, it not gonna make no sense because you need somebody that is qualified. And I am not looking at a CONCACAF qualification.
To be honest, coach, like as I said, my thing about it is I am looking at the pros and cons. The pros to it is yes, if we get a fully qualified coach at a certain level, we know that all right, the qualification should bring forth us going forward in terms of being if we qualify for the Gold Cup, Women's Gold Cup in our girl, we can go there and challenge, come through the group stage, go there and actually make some noise. Go back to the World Cup, build on what we did at the World Cup. Try and get a coach who we can make sure we're scoring some goals. My thing about it is, even one time Xavier Gilbert was the assistant of Lauren Donaldson, right? When we went to the World Cup, we never necessarily scored no barrage of goals. In these 2 games, even though we have lost one and we draw one, we scored 3 goals. with the level of girls that we have. If you want to even say the opponent, given the opponent. When you look at it, if in my estimation, if the con is that we hire a coach who has all the qualification and pay the coach an exorbitant fee, and we don't have any success. So we ended up no money, lose money without success.
For back-to-back World Cup. What no success are you talking about?
Where my tax, man? Where my tax?
No, are you listening to what I'm saying? London has
Everybody's listening to you.
First
of all, let me ask you a question, CC. Do you know
what type of coach is London?
Hold on. Do you know how much money London was being paid? Do you know how much Xavier Gilbert was being paid for these 2 games? You know if there's any difference? You don't know. You're talking in a bag of things where you don't know, brother.
Listen to me, Cataract. You're listening to oppose, Basically, you want to oppose everything I'm saying. And I'm saying to you that, first of all, London, I never said was not a good hire.
Oh, God.
Someday, Hubert, I didn't say any of the coaches that qualified us to the World Cup. Did I say they weren't a good hire? I don't think they should have gotten rid of
London. You said we are paying a bag of money and getting no results.
You did not listen to what I'm saying. Now, let me tell you what I say now. I said, if we were to go and get a fully qualified coach now, in the present, not the past, and we pay this coach an exorbitant money and don't get any success, what are you going to say down the road when that is the case? When the federation is saying they don't have any money?
Let me tell you what I'll say.
And if you use Xavier Gilbert and no success, what would you say further down the road?
That one.
Answer
nice.
the one then.
And you don't earn no money from Gold Cup. You don't earn the 1.2 million US that you can quarrel about from the World Cup. What you going to say?
Hold on there. Carla, hold on there. Broadman security, I don't understand why you have to control the program. The man, them have a discussion. I don't understand. So you want me stop them from talk?
All right. Let me give you a scenario.
Hold on, CC. Cataract did that talking. Make stop Cataract.
Oh, yes. But I wanted to keep...
No, but you know what stop talking means? It means...
All right. Cataract, let me give you a scenario.
No. Stop talking means put your mic on mute and listen to me at the caller, then come back around. So hear what I'm saying to you. We have no idea what the cost of both coaches are. What we know is that we have one coach with a track record of qualifying us to a World Cup.
2.
Another coach who did it.
2.
Lord Dallas wasn't the head coach.
He did it on the team. He never
on the team. No, that's what I'm saying. We've had 2 different coaches who are of Jamaican background.
London also he never a part of the coaching staff for the first qualification.
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the head coach job.
Okay.
I'm talking about the head
coach.
But
would have put him in a 2 because him did it with the first one. That's all I'm saying.
All right, no problem. I'm talking about the head coach job. I'm saying to you, we have to look for a coach that can qualify us. In terms of what you're saying, CC, about where we get the money and whatever would happen, there's something called performance-based and incentive-based contracts. So the contract could be structured that you get this payments, and should you qualify, you get a bumper bonus for the qualification. If you qualify for the Gold Cup, if you win the Gold Cup, you get this incentive. So you can create an incentive-based contract that will mitigate against what you're speaking about. The only thing about that is that Mr. Speed and others can't get their grubby little hands on picking the team, because you can't pick a team and then tell a coach, say, if incentive is based on that. You have to give them the freeway and their latitude. So I hope that answers your question about paying a bag of money and not getting result. If you don't get the result, the man go home with the basic salary.
All right, listen to
what I'm saying. You get the incentive.
All right, listen to what I'm saying now. First of all, when you're getting certain coach of a certain caliber, or you're recruiting a coach, that coach basically sets the salary. So nobody feel like say a coach is going to come here and you can tell him what you're going to give him.
No, CC, I don't agree with that. You can't set the salary because they have to negotiate the salary, CC.
Yeah, they have to negotiate the salary.
Because when you go on an interview and they ask you what your expectation in terms of remuneration.
No, but
and you say X, and them say no, me can't go X, me can't go M.
all right, coach. You're
And you are
talking
gonna
from a
decide.
perspective where you apply for the job. I'm talking a perspective where you're head hunting. So if you apply for the job,
But
that's
all
a
of the
different-
coaches that they interview they apply for the job, you know.
in terms of when they're saying a coach apply for the job. For example, the coach Al Grimson, right? You feel like it's just Al Grimson apply for the job or them recruit Al Grimson? There's a difference between
It
recruitment.
was
Him apply
stated that
he
Charles
apply for the
applied for
job.
the job.
No,
He
listen.
apply
All
for
right,
the
listen
job.
to what. All right,
Hold
listen
on,
to what, man.
CC. No. All right, CC. No,
He
all right.
applied
Listen
for
up,
the
yes,
job.
sir.
No, listen. Coach Carl Grimson applied for the job.
Yeah.
Mr. Speed said that when he asked for his salary, they could match it. However, they negotiated with him and discussed the benefit about qualifying Jamaica for a World Cup and what it would look like on his resume. And they showed him the pool of players that they had available. And on that basis, that he came down and met. He would have come down off of what him asking, and they would have stepped up a little bit. That's what I understood.
They say you negotiate when they come on.
All right,
So they didn't fly around. No, so you listen to what we said?
Yeah, listen to what you said. But listen to what I'm
accept you're wrong?
saying. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Know, every single coach or every single person technically fills out an application for a job. So technically that means they applied for the job. So if you go recruit me I go fill out an application.
You think of Walmart?
No, CC. Don't CC. Don't
think
listen
of
to what we said,
Walmart?
man. CC. All right, the post become vacant, seeing, and people hear about it and put in them application. And they shortlist
the
people.
resume. They
shortlist people. So who say about 10 persons sending them resume, then kick with 6 and interview 4. And based on who have readily available at a particular time, who when they come on to the negotiation or the funding is okay with whatever. So it not necessarily means that sometimes they get who them want, you know. They might get who is available at the time.
Coach, with Rene Simoes, Bora Milutinovic, Winifred Schaefer, these coaches that came to Jamaica, did these coaches apply for the job to coach Jamaica?
Hold on, CC. You have gone into a nostalgic moment. We're talking about what is happening now with Coach Al Grimson and the coaches that were interviewed for the female team. And that we are talking about.
Yeah, we are talking about the coaches that are interviewed for the. But what I'm saying to you is this: for some of the coaches, you might have a coach who see the job and apply for the job, right? But then you might have a coach who is being invited to apply for the job. So it's like them reach out on you to you.
And we agree
maybe
with
have a
that,
LinkedIn
CC.
profile. So them reach out to you and say to you, say, you know, we have this position. We have looked at your resume. We have looked at your body of work, and we think that you would be a candidate for this position. What are your thoughts? And then the person say, okay, what is the job like and everything, and them have the conversation. They present them what the job entails, and then they're saying, okay, then they will consider it that that person is still going to be interviewed, you know. But the thing about
that happens, CC. That can happen. But we are telling say based on what happen now, one might be recruited and 3 people apply for it. And based on who they recruit and the interview, the man where they recruit might not available. Or no. Based off of the interview, he's not available or she's not available. And then them give somebody else a job. That basically what I say.
Yeah. So what may I say? So what my thing is, seems just like the men's football. We have had coaches where I'm thinking they're brilliant coach. Bora Milutinovic is a brilliant coach. Get several teams to major tournaments.
Stop thinking now.
Winifred Schaefer is a brilliant coach as well. Right? However, for some reason, certain things never happened.
Coach.
When you looked at Tapa, that a lot of persons basically right off, right? Not having certain qualification, not having this, not having that. And we compare. So if we compare Tapa to present then, not saying more on Tapa back in, I'm not campaigning for Tapa to be back in the program. But if we compare Tapa's Gold Cup campaign to the current Gold Cup campaign that we have just gone through, the Gold Cup campaign that we went through, we would have went through it with a better team, facing opponents who, to me, would have been lesser quality opponents than the ones that Tapa would have faced in the Gold Cup that he went to the final. And with a better team, one that can even the organizers, even the commentators were saying that Jamaica had possibly arguably the best team in the tournament.
Didn't Tapa take a team? Didn't Tapa take a team and fail to get past the quarterfinals? The previous goal. So you can't just cherry pick what you do. Just Reggie, you make a point, the caller show you where you're wrong. You make another assumption and talk about the experienced Guatemalan team and their A team. And when we stop and tell you, it's one lady over 30, 126, 127, and the rest of them are in the early 2021 and teenagers.
So let me ask you a question.
You're still not stopping.
If a girl is 22 at Cataract, does that mean, well, I know, if a girl is 22, are you saying that means she's not 18?
Bridget,
because she's 22?
Do you actually research anything before you speak?
I'm asking you a question, Cataract.
No, don't ask me a question. Go and look and see how many caps they have.
Does age determine seniority in a national team?
Oh, God Almighty. Yes, it does.
All right.
Yes.
Yes,
it does. Because a 19-year-old Brazilian who just joined the team can be more senior than Casemiro. That nothing. What you say?
You know what? I never said
what
that.
What are you saying, sir?
I said to you, you're using 22-year-old.
So I'm saying to you, it's impossible for a 20-year-old to have more caps than a person who has been an international for 15 years as a regular starter. It's just not humanly, mathematically.
All right, so go ahead and say something that I did not say. All I'm saying to you that if persons are in the team at 21, 22, 23, it does not mean that those persons would have not played 10 or 15 or 20 games for the team. If you have a team
anyone play 10 or 15 games, you don't know what you're talking about. And you're on a platform, Brethren. That's all I'm saying. Just Google the thing now. Open and just look and see how many games the girls played. And don't make yourself look fool, brother. Because you're arguing a point. I'm telling you that these girls who are here, apart from the veteran and the two other regulars, they don't have more than double-digit caps. So they're in the same boat as Jamaica. Just stop, no bad man. And go down with this supposition. And so, all right, suppose we bring 10 people from Bellevue then. Just easy, man.
So what we are saying? Be a
I don't even know what we're arguing about.
Exactly, because on a gone on a tangent, a maths thing on a gone that's on calculus, and them thing that people never understand right now. Anyways, based off this result or these two results, given the fact that the door, I don't know what is the conversation between the girls and the JFF as it stands. But given the position that we are in right now, you think we can get out of this position and qualify for the Gold Cup?
Well, Coach, say a third person on the program, so if they want to speak and they want to dominate the conversation, we are in a position where our fate is not in our own hands. That's what it's called in a league table, where we are depending on others to have results.
No, Cataract. We're not depending on others to have no results.
You can just mute your mic, please.
No, but now tell us, I'm correcting you because we're not depending on others to have no result. Who are we depending on?
Israel.
Panama have one game, Guatemala have one game. Who are we depending on? And who are they going to play?
They're playing each other. Okay, so let me help you. Make we hear
from Crooks. Make we hear from Crooks first.
What happened if Panama beat
Cataract.
Crooks forward?
Crooks, where you have to contribute to the conversation? Crooks not there.
So, coach, aren't we depending on Guatemala to beat?
No, would I want a draw?
No, man. So aren't we dependent on a result? If Guatemala doesn't get a result against Panama, doesn't Panama automatically qualify as the top of the group, coach? So I don't understand how.
May I ask you a question?
When you say they play each other twice,
how much?
Yeah, Carla, welcome to the show.
Yeah, Cataract, you have it wrong this time, man. Panama have one game against Jamaica, and Guatemala have one game against Jamaica. So we're not relying on anyone. We just got to win 2 games against. So we don't have to rely on anyone. We just win the next 2, and we gone. We win 1 and tie 1. We move to the play-in. So we still have a great chance of making to the next round. We just got to win the next 2 games. That's it. We don't have to rely on anyone.
Okay. Thank you for the correction.
All right.
I stand corrected.
All right.
Thank you. So
when
we are into the Gold Cup. We're into the Gold Cup.
We're
into the Gold Cup. I said I'm wrong. The person said to me that we don't need to depend on anything. So we're into the Gold Cup.
No, Cataract, we are
in the great position of having one.
Well,
point.
you meant show,
no a sarcasm here use no Cataract because
Carla, welcome to
yeah, coach.
Yeah, David.
Cataract, you're wrong, man. And you need to listen sometimes.
I said I'm wrong. I was corrected by the previous caller.
Yeah, you're wrong. Because Jamaica not depending on nobody. All Jamaica needs to do is win their next 2 matches. And that's it. And we're good. That's all. We just need to win the next 2 matches and we're good. And we're going to have the A team for next month. And we'll win. I will beat up Panama and beat up Guatemala. We're good. We don't need to depend on nobody. Okay? Yeah, so you got that wrong. Yeah, you got that part wrong. All right, man. Big up, man. And just reach out the thing properly, man. Not sound like we're not quarrel too much, man. Oh, big up yourself.
All right, big up yourself, Carla.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, some people in the comment section they are saying that the 2-all draw is a good result.
I know
we still agree with that, Crooks?
Yeah, man. I know a bad result. But if I that team we are look for qualifier, but I think that team are gonna make it though. If at this team we are try use. If them come back for the first team for the other 2 games, then I say yeah, but that team just put together not a bad showing for for them still. And so not a bad showing, but I think we have right now gonna make it through the next 2 games. But there's nothing where move me for believe say that squad here can make it through.
Somebody said if they might have the A team, but we have a coach. Yeah, man, the coach are gonna be according to information, the coach official announcement of the coach will be November 1, which is Wednesday. So hopefully we see that we'll go on.
So I guess scored somebody to say it again. So let me say it again. The first caller corrected me, and I accepted his correction that I was incorrect. The second caller called and reinforced the point. So if 2 more people want to call and say Cataract was incorrect, go ahead and call because I was incorrect. And I also am going to frame this little conversation. I save it in my bookmark for when the window finish. Right? because
What
coach, in any competition, you want to be, you don't want to be in a must-win situation, right? But if people are saying this is a great point, that's what we were looking for out the window. And I go argue, but tell you already, say it's not my area of speciality, but just love football, and some people get me in there, and I was wrong. Maybe just coach, but just I go stick to reggae boys over there. Understand?
You can't, no, we can't get that one wrong. You go run away and say, you know, go, whatever.
No, but watching match, everything, because we do a league thing about everybody is all right.
But coach, question though, when Lauren Donaldson was being promoted or given the head coaching job, how many persons were on board with Lauren Donaldson getting the job, given that he was the assistant to the previous administration?
I don't think everybody was in liking our go on.
So he was the assistant.
I think because it was how it was done, you know. Remember, basically it was a force-on thing.
So it's basically the similar situations. A coach that was successful in getting us to the final round, or a successful coach, but it was a forced thing, and they had to place London in. No, London's contract was not renewed, so it's a similar situation to the Vin Blaine situation, one in which it is alleged that the girls got rid of Vin Blaine, but this time is the federation getting rid of London Anderson, right? And then Xavier Gilbert being promoted to head coach, albeit for the 2 games recently. So, given the similar circumstances, is it wrong for me to? Because at the end of the day, nothing is set in stone now. You don't know if you can have the most qualified coach and he's not successful. You can have the least qualified coach and he's not successful as well. Nothing is set in stone. However, given the similar circumstances, if this coach was to go on and get the job, and this coach was to qualify us to the Gold Cup, because when they coach them 2 games, get the other girls them coach the next 2 games, will the narrative be that?
No, but that is not going to happen, CC. Because remember, me tell you, me not just say them are gonna hire one coach.
Yeah, them are gonna hire one coach, man. But
them are gonna announce the hiring of a coach.
1st of November.
Big up to Guzman in the building with that big super chat. Big up yourself, Guzman. So we're now gonna look on the hypothetical CC when information has reached us that. And we hear all the name of a coach I call, but we don't know how that goes. So,
coach.
But for me, though, coach, why is it that when the coaching job that is available for the Jamaica Football Federation, it is not something that is all right for me? I'm not a coach, so I'm not gonna say I don't want to see it or anything. But I say it's not something that look like it published.
But you wouldn't know where to go look, CC. Yeah, man, you can call in German. In CC, you wouldn't know where to go look.
Then, but if that's what I say. But may I say, coach, it must be published somewhere. The newspaper, online.
CC, you think the newspaper, you think it published at the Gleaner?
The Gleaner is online, Ketara.
I'm asking you, the Gleaner is a newspaper online. Newspapers are not just things that are printed, right?
So
no, may I get upset? CC, have you ever seen anywhere in the world where from England go down to Vanuatu, they publish an advert in the career section of a newspaper, online or otherwise? Asking for a coach. Are you mad? A coach has an agent. Professional coaches have agents, and those agents seek opportunities for those coaches. They keep an eye open for where there are vacancies and where, sometimes some situations might be brewing that might fit their particular client. That's how it go.
Carla, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, coach. I've been listening to your program the last couple of weeks. Listen to Cataract, all of you guys going at it. But there's one person when it comes by your show, I really respect that guy, Cranky. Um, his analysis and everything is just spot on. Very intelligent guy. And I saw the one with him and Mr. Speed. Well, he was trying to tell Mr. Speed to listen to the Grenadian thing, and Mr. Speed was just going on arrogant and doing the most, right? Anyway, I heard you guys again last night, and I keep on listening to you guys, right? He does make a lot of sense. Cranky make a lot of sense, and that's a person that it should be on your show more. Um, in terms of when you're saying that, I read your headlines on the letter that you read about Michael Ricketts and blah blah blah, right? Is there like a law that says that he have to call the election by a certain time?
Yeah, it's in the Constitution. That was the Congress met and updated the Constitution. So based on what is happening now, he should be adhering to the new Constitution and not the old one. So his tenure is
So that letter. Go ahead.
his tenure is really up.
So you said there's a new constitution, right?
Yeah.
So is he going off the new one or the old one?
Well, based off what is happening, they have to implement whatever is happening. They should be operating under the new Constitution. But that
Okay.
is a breach
Right.
right now because they need to call an election.
Okay. So it's a breach. He hasn't called an election, and it looks like he has no interest on doing it yet. So um, can the JFF, can they be sued
By who?
by the other party who wants them to call election?
That's a very good question.
I know the government can't do anything about it. Only FIFA can step in. Am I correct?
Coach, caller, you cannot take FIFA's and football thing is very specific. You cannot take any matter to a court. You have to go through.
That's what the question I asked. Only FIFA. This question I asked.
Yes.
Only FIFA can intervene. Am I correct?
FIFA,
That's what I said. I know the government cannot get involved.
No, not the government. I'm talking about the courts, the judicial system. But CONCACAF can intervene. CFU can intervene.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's new. Okay. All righty.
The JFF is a part of CFU, which is the Caribbean Football Union. That's the first intervention. CONCACAF is the regional body. They can intervene. And last but not least is FIFA. And I think they have a court for arbitration. There's a court of arbitration, sports arbitration somewhere. Which
well, he didn't even cite a reason for not giving.
When the captain for Chile, I think there was a drug test for either Chile or Peru, and their captain in a World Cup to get there, he took the matter to a court of arbitration in Switzerland. Right, but the election, the thing about the Constitution is that it was an agreement with FIFA and CONCACAF that this new Constitution would be adopted, and it was adopted. Right, because
so if he was adopted then, and he's not, go ahead.
Ask the question, man.
No,
I would say if it was adopted then, and if he's not following it, right? I mean, he's in a breach then. Yes. And why is he doing this though? After all the stuff that's going on, call the election and make people, in my opinion, he doesn't have the votes. And he's trying to kill time. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He said that. He stated categorically that he has enough vote to win the election, and he's overwhelmingly confident that he will not lose the election.
So I have to get a comment on that. I just want to say, James Smith, if you have no local standing, so for example, if you're a politician and you are a MP, you can't just CFU has a Congress and they have meetings. That's how they can intervene. CONCACAF has money that it pays out. So when he turns up to go to the CONCACAF Congress, they can just say, you are now a dictator. You're not welcome.
But Qatar,
that's the kind of intervention. But
I think he's a board member. He's a board member of CFU too, you know.
Yes, so they can take an intervention by removing him from the board. Those are the interventions I'm talking about. I'm not talking about intervention when you come walk up in here and say, yeah, hold an election and call an election. Nobody can do that. Not even FIFA can do that. What FIFA can do is ban you and your teams.
I'm gonna ask you, gentlemen, one last question, and then I go. So Raymond Anderson, he is the vice president, right? After JFF, right? Is he an elected person or no?
Yes.
The vice president position.
Yes, it's elected.
It's an elected.
Yeah, is it
an
elected position?
Yes.
But to be honest with you, I never really heard anything of this guy until he started to run for election. I hear about, Dalton Wint a lot when he was around, Horace Strong and Mr. Speed. And Roy Simpson, is he still the what you call it?
The team
manager of the boys?
Yes, he is. Yes, but that's not
the team manager of the boys.
Yeah. That's not an elected position.
I heard about them. I never heard about Mr. Anderson until he announced that he was running. I mean, okay, let me what is his function? Vice president's function.
Well, he said that. Well, we don't know. I think he mentioned that one of his functions is responsible for what?
He's responsible for competitions. Competitions, and I think with
operations.
Operations and competitions. So, for example, when the Reggae Boys are playing at the stadium or certain competitions, so he's the person responsible for those things to ensure that things run smoothly and stuff.
So he's also a match commissioner. He's also a match commissioner. So he acts as a match commissioner for other countries when they have other matches, competitive matches. But you're right.
I was just curious because I never heard anything about this guy before, But anyway, gentlemen, I'm gonna keep on listening to you guys.
37 years in
right. Yeah, but that's the next thing I'm saying. The next lady, Miss Elaine Walker Brown, she's been there over 30 years. I never heard anything about her until the uproar. I mean, you guys are on hand, so you guys know. I mean, I live in Kingston for a long time before, I came here. I've been around the football space, Charles Smith, John Mills, Trenchtown, all of that.
Kingston has been her stomping ground, man. That's how she should be,
That's what I'm saying, but I don't hear nothing of them within the JFF, what they're doing, the work that they're doing, nothing.
Coach, your mic low. Your mic low, coach.
Elaine Walker Brown was responsible for, I think, well, not responsible. I know that she was involved in refereeing and everything then. She was a referee, She's the St. Catherine FA.
Wasn't she a past player? Wasn't she a past player, past national player also, or no?
Well, that is something that I am not going to make mention of because I don't know. But I know that she used to be involved in refereeing. So she has been.
And she's now one of the. She's now on the board. Am I correct?
Yes, because she's once you're on the a parish, once you're a parish federation head, you automatically become a board member.
But I think she has a higher position in JFF because I heard when Mr. Speed was saying something about her that the coach, disrespect. He called her a name. She has a title.
Board member.
I think he called her something different. Like she has a bigger title. I'm not sure, but he said that
director. She's a director.
Okay.
No title.
She's a director.
Yeah, no title is bigger than the GenSec.
President is a bigger
the
title.
GenSec. Yeah, no.
The president is
I know the GenSec is big, So these people. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
The person that runs the business and the organization is the general secretary. So
Okay. And so my final question, gentlemen, how does anyone know these people's salary?
No. I don't think that's something of them.
Shouldn't this be
No, it's not a
according to Mr.
salary.
Strong last
It's
week,
not
he
a
said the
salary.
JFF is
It's
not
not
a
a
public,
salary.
it's a
Mr. Chung
I'm
gets a
sorry?
salary, but
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Chung
Chung
gets
gets
a
a
salary.
salary, but
Yeah,
the vice president and the presidents don't get a salary.
don't get a salary.
They don't get a salary?
No.
No.
But okay. And Mr. Chung was saying last week that the JFF is a private entity, is a private company.
Yeah.
When
Is
they
that
want to
correct?
be.
It's a private company.
When they want to be.
By the black and white they are.
Except when they ask you for our money. That's when they're not private. When they want to be, they're
That's
private.
when they're not private. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Then we'll go and listen to it, and enjoy the Sayyid. All right, coach. Big up Cataract.
Yeah, man, big up yourself.
Yeah,
Sure.
man, we love this.
No, listen to this, gentle people. Mr. As since as him touch the topic of Mr. Ricketts. Seeing? Mr. Ricketts is indicating that he cannot lose the election. Because he has the votes covered.
You know, it's a different thing me hear now. Me hear him say he has 9 parishes that have 2 votes each. So that is 18 votes I'm sure of. And him just need to go and find 11.
Yeah, but that's so confident. If you secure 11.
18 is far from 29, coach. 18 is far from 29. But
so what you said that is just
that's political bravado. But it's a start, it's a foundation.
So him say he already have 18 sure votes in the bag. That's what he says.
What you might want to ask Mr. Ricketts is, can he get nominated? Because when I read the Constitution, it said you have to get a nomination from each of the pillars. Pillar 1, Pillar 2, Pillar 3. And when you spoke to Mr. When we, because I was on the program too, when we interviewed Mr. Anderson, Mr. Anderson said his strength is in Pillar 3, and he counted his 7 votes from Pillar 3. So if Mr. Ricketts can't get a nomination from Pillar 3, how would he be duly nominated? Which begs the question to, is that why there's a mad rush on with Mr. Speed leading the charge to form
associations,
alternate associations, and seeking to have them accredited, affiliated with the JFF?
That's a very interesting one. But
because when don't you know, when me saying to you, yes, I'm gonna listen, but make sure I listen when Mr. Ricketts spoke on Wayne Walker, that's his name, who did the interview. I heard it back on a YouTube channel again. I listened to Mr. So what I heard Mr. Ricketts saying, boy, I have 9 parishes that are 18 votes, and I heard Mr. Anderson saying, Pillar 3 is my strength. I am dominant in them. The ISA president, him have the support of the referees, Vin Blaine Coaches Association, and he went through and he said who. Beach football.
But Vin Blaine Association was revamped and a next person lead that, which is Mr. Speed.
No. Mr. Speed organization is a new one, which we don't know if it was registered, but it has the name of all the assistant coaches for the national team. You never did check that one out, coach?
Yeah, but me I tell us that's why I give the information. It was something that was started and they
How
it was
was it revamped?
dormant. It was dormant. And they get it back off the floor.
How you get it dormant? How you get it dormant and you get it off the floor? I don't understand.
Because when Vin Blaine them did that do it become dormant.
So
it wasn't active.
The company office, because it's a legal entity, you know, coach.
I know.
So was it struck off the register of the company's office?
No, me don't know that part there. And remember, based on what I read, it was done in 2020 when COVID was in effect. So I can't say what happened there, but I just have to tell you what me read.
Okay, I don't know. It's just interesting time ahead. You know, me I call for coach as a big man thing. Me I call for the EOJ, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica,
to
be engaged to cover and run these elections. I am making that call as a fan. Got too much shenanigans and EOJ may have trust in them.
But EOJ is easy thing you can't breach to, man. No, election
man,
rigged man.
No, man. The EOJ, coach, the EOJ has come on leaps and coach, everything can rig.
Man,
the EOJ has come on. EOJ has come on leaps and bounds. We have had the transition of power from PNP to JLP. PNP serve 1 term, JLP come back and win 2 terms, and the whole country in burn down because the EOJ seems now to be able to act with integrity. You might have a 1 or 2 little situation go on, but for the most part,
like
it's a
box missing.
No, man. No, man. Them to go on again.
Anyways, coach. We have a caller online. Caller, welcome.
Yeah, again, Cataract coach. I have a lot of questions for you guys. I'm sorry, man. I just think about it. As I say, I grew up in the corporate era, right? In Kingston era, back in the 90s. And, I was talking to a friend, and I'm just trying to see if there's any changes made as far as developing soccer in the city. I remember during the football is in the mess, man. So back in them time, right, we used to have the kind of league stuff going. And I remember sometimes you have some coach just come with some fake birth certificate and give to some man, right? But I was talking to someone, he said that stuff can't go on again. Everything is legit now. You gotta, the coaches have to be licensed, etc., etc. Is it that level right now where you have to have a certificate if you're training somebody, if you're running like any form of club?
I don't know if me understand the question. I don't know if me understand the question.
Okay, the question the question is there was some guys who used to coach, right? And they never have no form of certificate. And they be running teams, they be doing corner leagues and stuff like that. In America here, you have to have some form of coaching certificate. Is that legally allowed in Jamaica right now?
You have to be
running a tournament.
You have to be certified.
You have to be certified.
But if you have a corner league, you run, normally you try to get involved the parish association. Because you're gonna use referee and them thing there. But to say a man I run a corner league team, him don't have to really be qualified. But once you get into the realms of the schoolboy football, the Jamaica Premier League, the tier 2 and all of these things, you have to be qualified as a coach.
Even Business House and Civil Service Association coach, you have to be qualified.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Which is good though.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you have to be a qualified coach.
So you're saying but this is going in the right direction, because I was talking to someone and he was saying it's the same thing. There's no level, and another person said no, things are starting to change. Because I remember back in them time. Go ahead.
They are changing, Carl. So you have to give Jack his jacket. You have to give a man his due. Things are changing. Not everything are run haywire, but in that respect, because back in the day I used to coach military education. We did win the way they call it FA Cup, the knockout competition in the civil service league. And the other day when we go check some youth who are playing for them now, them tell us no, you have to have, I think it might be C license coach or something like that, or D license, but you have to be licensed for the civil service, for the public service thing. And business house, the same goes. And it's the same for I think netball as well.
On this topic,
yeah.
What's the highest badge you can get in Jamaica? The highest coaching certificate you can get in Jamaica for football?
In Jamaica?
Yes. What's the highest that you can get in the island?
Probably at the C license.
C license. They go to Trinidad. My understanding is to get the higher licenses.
If you want the B, I think B and A go over in a CONCACAF.
So, if you're in Jamaica and the highest license that you can get in Jamaica is the C license, if you want a higher license, you have to leave Jamaica.
No, man, you can't get the C, the A. I think you ask what Jamaica offer. But yeah, you can't get the A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What Jamaica offer? What is the highest standard of license you can obtain in Jamaica?
We can get the A and the B license, but the A, I think you have to go outside, probably at a different country in the Caribbean to get it, based on what we saw.
Okay. Based on what you saw. So the highest license you can get in Jamaica is the B license then. So the A, you have to leave Jamaica to get an A license. And the CONCACAF license, right? Where can you get that? In the Caribbean. I'm sorry, in CONCACAF. Do you have to come to the US to get that, the CONCACAF license?
No, that's the way I said to you. You can go to Trinidad.
And the B license is offered in Jamaica. Them people must come down and do whatever.
So what will it take for Jamaica to be offering the A license and the CONCACAF license?
I don't know.
I don't know, you know.
Yeah, we have to ask Jeff if Mr. Speed. But coach, call, I beg you to let me clear my name now.
Qatar, that can't wait. Make him
okay, can't wait.
Yeah, one.
I'm just trying to, educate myself. You understand? And I see you guys around, So I'm just trying to, educate, myself. Because one of the things that I was when I was listening to a few guys talk, like Errol Stevens and a lot of those guys, they say, they thought that, well, them have skill and everything. And then say, when they leave Jamaica and went to Vietnam and Europe and so forth, it's like they have to start all over again. Because this is about probably 7, 8, 9 years ago. So I was and I was talking to a bunch of guys, and they were saying the level of coaching was weak, in Jamaica.
Yeah, our coaching license not really up to international standard. Most times the youth them get prepared and move matriculate. It's like them, like him said, them have to start over because the fundamentals that they would have learned is not really fundamentals. You understand? So we have a struggle where that is concerned in terms of I think they said that they have moved away from that in terms of the offerings, but I don't think it still reach up to certain international European standard where we can really impact with our coaching pedigree.
Okay. I also heard Mr. Speed said that last year on some show. He said he thought that him could have coached when he got Europe and look and man, and then there's a coach from Grenada said the same thing, But I just wanted to know, the highest that we have, and what they're doing in the island to bring it in, And so the highest, I think I was talking to someone last week and they say, I think we have about 8 person with a license in Jamaica.
Yeah.
That's it.
8,
about 8 persons. So there's no one in Jamaica apart from the coach Hal Grimson that have a UEFA license. Am I correct?
Well, that's a good question. We know that Al Grimson is a pro licensed coach. I'm not sure if anybody who is involved in football coaching on the island is a UEFA coach. I'm not sure. But I know people have.
I asked Mr. Speed this question last year, and he said he's thinking about 6 people have A license. And I guess by then, by last year, probably have like another 3 to 4 more people, have A license.
What type of A license though? Remember,
yes, of course. Go ahead.
24 coaches to date have the CONCACAF B license. That's the last time I know 24 coaches at the last time they were talking at B license. Sorry.
But people remember,
but I'm not sure about the A license thing because I don't think there's not a CONCACAF A license per se. I don't think there's one. They had a special course in Trinidad that is a A license, but it's not a CONCACAF A license.
So it not really finishing them is that getting those licenses is not a do or one-off thing and you get the license. It's an ongoing thing. So they have to be. It's a constant thing that they are doing right now. I don't think they are finished.
And to be a Premier League coach in Jamaica, what license do you have to have now? Currently have since the standard has changed. What's the lowest license are you allowed to have to coach a Premier League team in Jamaica right now?
Oh, that's CC,
The CC coach. I want a lick.
Yo, Cataract, you're doing your very distracting, brother.
We never talk coach. A man said we not win the cup as the coach. A little guy from in Westmoreland.
I don't be sure thing that man.
I mean,
you have to have a Cataract, me I go kick off Cataract off.
Cataract, may I
listen to me, man. Anyways, you have to have at least a C license to coach in Premier League, I think. I think they want to up it now.
C license, that's a low standard, man.
I think they want to up it now to B license. It should be on stream probably this year, but the last time I think it was C. No, a B license might go on to right now.
It should be up to a B license because a C license is low. For the standard of football that we actually want to play, a C license should be low.
I understand that, but you're saying it should go to B license. But remember that previously you have 24 persons with a B license now. You have 12 to 14 clubs in the Jamaica Premier League. You can't. So the pool of coaches was not enough for you to say set the standard at that. So it's where the pool of coaches was at. Unless we would have had coaches from the region who would have come here to coach and given the financial capacity in the league, I don't think that is necessarily something that's some of the teams, you have teams that have outside coach, but not every team. I think Arnett had a coach who was not Jamaican per se, and I think Mount Pleasant at one point in time, I think, but not every team is going to necessarily have that because it has to come down to the finances.
Okay.
Yeah,
the finances. Okay, what do you mean by the finances?
Meaning that they don't have the money to pay a coach that is, for example, a coach who would have said they come from another country with a certain qualification and they come into the local Premier League. The team might not have the money to pay them.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
okay,
but like teams
that
like
actually makes sense.
Mobile United, those teams seems to find a way to can get outside coaches because I think Mount Pleasant seems to can afford it. Mobile United team to can afford it too. I think Arnett did it before too as well. So I mean that's technically the side that they're going.
That coach was the assistant doing CC. I don't.
Oh
think
yeah.
I know Mobile United do it with a years of getting international coach. And what's the last team that got Clovis? It was the team from
Chapatan.
They had Clovis as well in the Premier League. So I think
it's the person behind it, is the ownership behind the team. see if the ownership has the funding, then
them
they
can do
can
that,
go
yeah.
outside and get the coach. So I think that's one of the things. But like they have, like what them have the pool expanded now, I think the level might go to B.
Yeah,
Probably
B,
starting
B
with
they
this
know,
year.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the B, you know. So they have
Yeah, that's good though. It's step
from
up to B.
C to B. And it was because of, you know, everybody never have the chance to.
Coach.
Who that are frightened me?
unseen. I'm
Unseen.
not seeing enough.
On the scene.
So, coach, right?
Yeah.
As we talking about this
Yeah.
coaching level and all that, right? Because I still, and one of the problem I have people argue every day. A lot of us use schoolboy football to set the standard, right? And people can disagree, agree. And a lot of us used to go off, you know, a guy playing a man in cup or, you know, in a D cup or him good. The coaches that's been coaching in these D cup, the Liebert, Harleyman and all these coaches, right? They just coached schoolboy football. Do any of these coaches go up to the way you call it league, national league?
Yeah, man. Some of them coach Premier
Or
League.
they just stay.
Some of them coach Premier League, not all.
No, man,
But
some of
they
them are coach
always go
national
back down
league
to schoolboy
and
football.
schoolboy football.
Yeah.
Some of them are coaching both. For example, like Clarendon College have something that win the league already. The Clarendon College coach, Lenny Hyde, has won the National Premier League multiple times.
The stats coach Premier League too. Quite a number of them do.
I think Donovan Lucky was one as well at one point.
Yeah,
but this is the question that this is what I'm saying though. This is the problem that I have with that, right? These coaches that they have their C license, right? And they coaching D Cup and Manning Cup. And then they coach in national leagues, right? How's that helping? The C license. You're coaching Manning Cup.
Carla, we just say
the
league, the coaching education in Jamaica is not where it should be, but it has moved from where persons were coaching vicariously to persons have to have a license. So there has
no. I was talking back then.
Huh?
Okay, yeah, no, I know there is some growth right now. I'm just saying, it's the system that we were doing right over the years, right? We actually realized no, it wasn't doing anything, right? It wasn't, because if you have the same coach, coach high school football, for years, and then it might use the same high school formula and coach Premier League.
But you don't know if
that wasn't
same formula
helping us.
It can't be same formula.
Okay, that's true.
Same formula. Because
look at it like this.
That's true.
Where you give the youths them, you now give adults them. So it cannot be same.
Look at it like
that's true.
You have some regimes that are universal. No matter who you use it against, you can use. But there are some other things where them are going to change.
Okay, that's what you're saying. I got you.
Can I make some things clear to the caller, because you might talk like the C license in Jamaica is not a CONCACAF license. The C license.
No, brother, I am not saying it was a CONCACAF license. I'm saying it's a lower license.
It's not done outside of Jamaica. I think that's what he was asking, Unseen.
No, but the overseas people them come down. Remember saying no? Jamaica can't administer it unless them have persons who are at the high level.
Just listen up with Unseen. It is done in Jamaica, right?
Right.
Only one that is done outside of Jamaica is what? Not the A.
The A is not a CONCACAF license, yeah.
And it is not a CONCACAF. And we have said the only one that is done outside of Jamaica is the A.
Right.
The B is done outside of Jamaica. No matter if persons come in, what he wanted to know is what's the highest in Jamaica. And that's what we explained to him.
In Jamaica.
Right.
B in Jamaica.
Yeah, so that we tell him.
Yeah, man. The D license is JFF starter course.
15 minutes ago.
The D license in Jamaica is a JFF starter course. You have to do that for the C, and you go right up.
What license do you have to get in order to not get a 7-0 for your team?
What?
What license do you have to get in order to not get 7 days, I get 2.
But yeah, questioning them the easy.
Yeah, like to make I get 7, man. You need quality player.
Or quality players. So with a D
Yeah,
license,
brother.
you
Gentlemen,
you
I
could,
come here to give you knowledge. You understand? So if you help myself
no, man,
better, so I want to
Mr.
ask you guys some
No, man.
questions because I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Respect,
We don't have
man.
no
We give
problem
you
with
that.
that.
I come to help
We don't have no
myself.
problem. We don't have no
We don't have
problem
no
with that.
problem with that.
We don't have no problem with
I
that.
get the
Unseen will come and
You know,
try
Mister, I'm not
answer
gonna
your
know.
question
You know.
and answer already.
No problem, but we
Yeah,
just have,
Yeah,
we just have a problem with unseen who come and give an answer to a question when even CC the bad man answer the question 15 minutes ago.
No, man, 07 fan.
Yeah.
First, man, I
Yeah,
get
but
7.
No,
maybe we were.
but the man was inquiring
So,
about
coach.
highest level.
Anyways, who want read the information with Prezi, you know. So we know I'm assuming.
All right, then I'm not gonna read the thing, man. All right, so now come off and listen.
Yeah, man. So we know
All right, cool. Respect.
friend then can change the
Coach, turn up your mic, turn up your Jace.
the mic up, man. You know, hear me?
May I hear you now?
Hey, then you know, always I hear me, man. All right, so we talk about the legal wars with the president. You know, say the lawsuit that was filed against the president, from what we are hearing, people, is that the person who is supposed to be paid the $9 million has not been paid that full amount to date. And it might be a situation where the president might be in some more legal wars. So we understand, so them take when Benz in 2014, Mercedes-Benz, and put it up for auction, and they're selling it for 3.35 million, but it still will not solve the issue where the money is concerned. You understand?
It's a sold though, coach. It's a selling. The article said it was sold.
Yeah, at a public auction, yeah.
Sure.
Right? And a lot of things happening where that is concerned, where Mr. Rickets having not paid all the money to the damages.
But the coach, did the article go on to say that the person said that this is a quote, that the next step is if they cannot find any property to take his body to prison.
Yes. So Mr. President might be in a situation where he might be going to prison. And I think some money was paid up before. I think about 1.5
That's for the
million.
legal fees of the
Right.
2 million legal fees that were awarded. 2 million legal fees that were awarded. And the gentleman said his lawyer only received 1.5.
Right. And no communication has been made to date where him getting the balance of his damages in that defamation case.
Travis Paseo, you can shed some light. Talk tough.
And it looked like a president.
Why don't read the article, coach?
President, I'm read the article, people.
Read the article so we have the facts, man. Read the article, we have the facts.
Because I don't want people think me a make-up story, you know. All right, Michael Ricketts, head of the Jamaica's football governing body, has largely failed to honor a Supreme Court order to pay nearly $9 million in damages to a Clarendon businessman arising from a lawsuit which has come with some consequences. Last month, a 2014 Mercedes-Benz GL 450 owned by Ricketts was sold at a public auction for $3.35 million, which will be turned over to Ainsley Lowe, the businessman who filed the defamation lawsuits against Mr. Ricketts. The system around that seems protracted and involves the Attorney General Department. It's not straightforward, according to Mr. Lowe. The vehicle was confiscated in April this year after the court gave the Kingston and St. Andrew Bailiff's Office authorization to enforce the debt through a seize and sale order. According to the courts, Ricketts did not contest the lawsuit, which stemmed from comments he made in reference to Lowe, former owner of Clarendon-based Sporting Central Football Club, during an interview on its 92 FM radio, February 28, 2018. At the end of the hearing in January last year, a judge ordered him to pay Lowe general damages of $8 million and $1 million in aggravated damages. The defendant's failure to file a defense is an admission that he is liable for the defamatory remarks, said the judge who presided over the assessment of damages hearing, making reference to Mr. Ricketts. Now, this is the court order. Lowe said the court subsequently ordered Ricketts to pay him $2 million to cover his legal costs. He acknowledged during an interview last month that the JFF boss made one payment of $1.5 million on May 6th last year, but said he has heard nothing more about the balance, which is accruing interest. Very important. It accrue interest. So I figure that's what is happening now, is that whatever assets owned by Ricketts that the court can put their hands on, they will seek to liquidate them so that they can pay the monies over to me. I'm just amazed that the judgment has been handed down for so long and he has not made no final payments or final arrangement as how the payment will be made. I just figure that he doesn't take it seriously. I don't know. That position, Lowe said, remained unchanged up to yesterday.
Coach, I actually we could ask everybody to mute their mic now. Because people have the mic open and we can't hear the reading, man. Just respect it, now. Finally.
All right. So they sent some email.
You had the point in the article where he said that he's amazed that it has taken so long and it not taken serious. That's where we got this.
Yeah. And he said up until yesterday, that is when he was probably doing the interview, that the position has remained unchanged. So they sent some letter or email to the JFF provided by the JFF, that email address, but there was no response up to yesterday. Calls to his mobile phone went unanswered. It is unclear whether Ricketts will face additional enforcement action, including committal proceedings to have him jailed for failing to pay the debt. Committal proceeding is a tool provided in the Jamaican law to allow citizens to essentially compel a judgment debtor to pay, one legal expert explained. The sale of the Benz is not going to cover the balance, so they may sue him again. Jaja. And this time, they are not going to seek an order for seize and sale. They are going to commit his body to prison if he doesn't pay. That's according to another source. Lowe said he thought Ricketts would take the matter seriously after his vehicle was seized, but insisted that having the JFF boss jailed was not his goal. My goal is just for him to pay or at least make an arrangement. But my attorneys haven't heard from him, and I certainly haven't heard from him in terms of what he intends to do, the businessman said last month. And that is what's amazing to me, that a big respectable man in the country is not even making an arrangement to say this is how he plans to pay. End of information. Yeah, commit his body to prison. We said a word in the sound like I know. Like kind of the grave him committed to do.
So the man was saying, bad man. I was simply quoting the article because I read it.
So that is the legal woes that is facing the former Benz owner.
But coach, doesn't this sound similar to what happened to the reggae girls? Where they owed some money and they just get a part payment and never get any communication about. It's the same. That is
I'm
what
saying,
worried me.
So why the
about
girls
how
are not sue?
No man,
Because
they can't sue.
yeah.
They can't go to court, right? But I'm
because
just
of
saying,
the federation, yeah.
Federation. I just say this, it just seems like the same. That's what jump out to me. Are the same way. So the court of the land tell you say for pay $2 million for the man legal fee, you just send on 1.5 million. The only thing when I hear this time, I say, yo, when I get some money touch me, I'll touch you back.
But Cataract, he not no money for real. Him not no money. But him not have the money, so him go pay.
So how you run election if you not have the money, coach? You know you can't be a candidate for anything in Jamaica if you're bankrupt.
So who's saying bankrupt?
What does no money mean?
Huh? Him not have the money to pay him. That's why man go on flight. All right, you should not pay the per diem money then.
If your assets outstrip, if your liabilities outstrip your assets, you're bankrupt. But I see Rusty, I make no joke, I don't wish no bad for the man. I hope him win the lottery and can pay everything. I don't want to see a man go prison. Prison is a nice place. I don't have the space in a cartel cell. Enough. A ninja man. But these things, coach, they bring football into disrepute. Shouldn't there be some action? All right, coach, look, let me tell you a simple thing. The other day I had a gentleman, I'm not sure it was on your program, I think. Was Mr. Wilkes was on your program? Can't getting programs confused nowadays when I see them. You had a Denzel Wilkes on your program, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wilkes made a comment and he was immediately suspended, saying he was bringing the JFF into disrepute, right? And he was suspended off the technical committee. Isn't an article like this the same effect of bringing the JFF into disrepute? So why we don't see similar? Why is there not similar action happen right away? How can you, when you talk about sponsorship, coach, and you want sponsors to come on board, you ever hear the saying that they say you can't put puss to guard butter? So if you have a reputation that you have a massive debt out there, that you face the possibility of imprisonment, do you think, I think that it would mean as a sponsor, I would be guarded in coming on board and handing over my company's money, knowing that there's something looming over the main person in the organization. It can't be a good thing for football. I just like the man that comes and say, boy, the 1 point from the round is a great thing for Jamaica. Me not see how this helps. This is no aim. You don't go to jail for civil judgment. You go to jail for contempt of court, which is the court has given you an order and you fail to comply with the court's order. That's what you go to jail for.
All right, hold on. We have a caller. Caller, welcome to the show.
So means you are going, man. Person I was. I'm going.
No, yeah, man. We're there, man.
But all of a sudden now, Cataract is so strident that Mr. Rickets are worse. I mean, I have true because they're running out of the stadium, they're carrying the man and gone over for Anderson. Let me tell you something, Cataract.
Who run out of stadium? Who run out of stadium? Who run out of stadium? Hold on. Don't make any disparaging and defamatory. Who run me out of stadium? And who run me out of stadium on which day?
I'm going to stop. Can I see you? Besides, I say I come like myself. That's the only thing I say about.
No, we are different comrade. We are different comrade. You are comrade that might take $5,000 in a green shirt and stay home and sell out portion. That you are that type of
Cataract, you don't know me. Cataract. I come to take no money at all. I vote because I'm a bad team. Let me tell you that. So you learn that. Football will go with that. So let's do it next time. Hear me, I said, no, coach. You see, Anderson, he did football over 30 odd years. First St. Mary. And St. Mary football in Norway. Can I remember? Come here, Cataract and say, Axoma and Sarkaz was coming to the Premier League. The last team was Highgate when we in that Premier League.
Yeah, I get.
All right. I know Highgate play a game. Now at Draxall every game. Not one game they play at St. Mary.
Who was the
Rickets
president of St. Mary at the time? You can't spread just false rumors.
Who was the president at the time?
Who was the president at the time?
Anderson was the president.
Of St. Mary.
Anderson was the president. Anderson was the president.
Okay. So how you said that there was no. All people say that. I only remember two. I remember Axum and I remember Star Cosmos.
I tell you, Axum and Star Cosmos come before because Dookie came up Star Cosmos. Then Dookie got charges, carried him from Portland. And then one guy, that's what I think the guy, one of it, Highgate him dead now.
I'm
a ex-police.
I'm a breaking news to coach Highgate now. Michael Smith.
Listen, man. All right, but it could be the coach was there before coach. It was them running Michael Smith when this police guy coach Arnett in conference and he go back. I get drop out. All right, what me I say now? Anything when Dave came on here,
people are calling him out for lying. You see the comment section, I say you have to lie. Because they must said the Highgate played matches at Gray's Inn. So why you never tell the people that? You come here and say they play all the matches.
When?
Ask the comment section. Come and read the comment section.
Yo, coach. Yeah. Pressure. Yeah, man. I get play match down at St. Mary, man. Them play a TV match down there.
Tell too much lie, man.
Yeah, but on a whole league still. So, me not really thinking.
Hold on, Brad. Yeah. Start correcting. Them play when the season just start.
No.
Season just start.
No. But them play, but probably about 2 or 3 matches still. Yeah, man. I get play game down there, man. But on enough though, on enough.
But that is not what he said, you know.
So stand.
Yeah, Cataract. But what me say is, I'm saying the games when them play at St. Mary were so minimal. It's reasonable to understand why I would have just say none. But yeah, if you be technical, I'm wrong. If I say none, exactly. I want a little bit them play down this still.
Exactly.
Sorry, but no maths.
So what you say now?
None is zero.
Yo, go on, Peso. Continue with it.
Like I said, we stand corrected. I said that. So we stand corrected. All right. What may I say now? Them man, you know, anything Carvel's short, you know. Because I can't tell you that Carvel's short. You know, in the overseas band players, in a football move. Carvel, them on the football, we go back to when Captain and Harris Reid are running football. And just put one half of you players I play for the national team. Can you hear them and they come out striding and tell you, know. So now listen to them and I tell you this and that. I coach them one run when we can't tell you that. Because the Jamaica make stride and we get better. From 56 to 55 and we are win game. And people are quiet, say the team now play good, the team this and the team that. Some more have it on winnings we want.
So coach, tell us where, and I'm not campaigning for Mr. Anderson, but you might just make me start with that. Tell us where you heard Mr. Anderson, because he was on coach's desk and I asked him, the coach asked him the question and I wasn't satisfied with the answer and I came on coach. I'm going to ask him straight and tell him, say, don't go around the bush. Are you against? Hold on, man. I asked him. He said clearly. So just like how he said that is not true and he would welcome all the English-born players. He wants the best players for Jamaica.
That's not him. He must speak for himself.
So he must speak. Yes, I've heard Carvel speak. But that is why I asked him. I said, coach, remember the question I said to him? I said, there are persons who you named in your team because he named Carvel Stewart. Remember, coach, in an answer? And I think Chris Williams, he had said, who have been strident in the opposition of bringing in English-born players. Do you hold that view? And if you become president, would that stop under you? And under your leadership? And he answered. You don't know me a campaign.
I can't tell us from football gone back.
Campaign.
That's all you have in the right, man. We live in a democratic country, so you have a right to choose who you want to vote for and to bring. We can't fight about that. But
Coach, I feel like a lot of people have preconceived notions and they don't tend to look into the proof in the pudding, you know, especially probably with the scholar, because if you're going to ask someone the question, you have to take them at face value, you know. You can't have to take not to believe everything that, you know, Mr. Anderson have said, but if the man says a certain thing, I ask him a question and he said that he will.
Yeah. So I tell you 7 years, all of a sudden, he this nice guy. When they do all along.
No, but if you wanted to hear, sir, if you wanted the answers to certain stuff, then maybe you should have come on the program and ask Mr. Anderson certain stuff. It's not about him. It's not about him being a nice guy. You know, Cataract asked him on the program. They asked him various questions.
Travis, hold on, Travis. Make him man, yeah, talk all along.
They've asked him various questions on the.
You have to agree with me, Carla.
It's not about agreeing. What I'm saying is, if when Mr. Anderson was on the program, they asked him valid questions as to the development of St. Mary's football, and he gave answers. Now it is up to you to go and, you know, do your adequate research to see if he's telling the truth. The truth is not upon us. We don't have the facts. Mr. Anderson told us something, and who wants to believe.
Carla, I'm in football long enough more than you in local football. So when you talk and this asking about not more football in Jamaica. That may I tell you. So you have to agree with me. Can you hold your view, me or my view? I may have my reasons why I say what I say. So leave it at that.
So, Coach, here's the thing. And let me say this again. And I'm trying to be with decorum, right? Somebody is saying we don't know the law. And I'm saying you can't go to jail for a civil judgment. However, when the court gives an order, that's not a civil matter. It's called a court order. Yeah. And if you don't follow a court order, you are then held in contempt of court. And that's not a civil matter. So that person needs to learn the law before you come spouting. You understand? As it relates to the girls and football, Coach, you know, so the way the man attack me, I feel like soon and very soon, I just have to declare for your side and start campaign hard, make a man see what campaign it is. I'm my original official campaigner. You understand? But I said I wanted to hear Mr. Rickets come out and speak and put his manifesto there for me to be able to juggle and see who have the better things. But right now, when I read this article, Coach, it speaks to me. I have to question somebody's judgment, the moral character. When you have a court judgment and you just totally disregard the court, and then you parade yourself around like all is well. Why does have to come out in a Gleaner article? And then when I listen,
you have to pay the penalty, you know. So if him don't want to obey the rule and the order of the judge, he's gonna pay. And Adams would have said he's gonna pay dearly.
Because how would it look now, Coach? Let me just see how it would look. How would it look like a big, when you get nominated and you have your launch and police the outside for bangle you for contempt of court? How it would look if we have a big qualifying match? Final qualifiers. Let's just say for World Cup. Because some of these cases take long. Right? And outside there is the bailiff to seize your vehicle and one bag of commotion to throw off my team. And the meditation. Those things, and the light things it takes. Someone just take the thing light and rear. You understand? Bridget?
No, but MPEC, man say not even a communication, the man communicate to them, you know. So even if you don't have the money to pay it, but you make some contact with the person, whether through your lawyer or whatever, if you don't have the money, you can't pay, but you're not communicating.
So, Coach,
was said in the thing.
Let me ask you a question. Why are we? Why are people expecting any different? The man never even go court, but defend himself, you know, brother. So you know. Huh?
There's a default judgment. That means you don't even respect.
Why would that be like we expect? Look like you based on the evidence of how the case go, brother. The expectation supposed to be low, bridging, so this doesn't surprise me.
So that's why I say you're gonna face the consequence. And as Adam said, you're gonna pay dearly. So Jesus said him can't communicate, him can't buy credit. Cause them a call him phone and now get him fish real enough. So him probably not on a phone. People, we have come to the end of the show now.
Coach, more things are happening, Coach. This week are gonna be spicy.
Yeah, man. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we can jump on one night in a week still, but we're not sure.
Wednesday night, Coach, remember, so they advertise that there's a board meeting to be held on the 1st, you know.
Let's see where we can go.
Right? Yeah, man, we need to hear all what go on. Cause if election are called, brother, you don't care about who, because I defend democracy. Me, I
go fund me for prezi.
Coach, FIFA people are arriving tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
all but things are going, man.
Anyways,
people.
Congratulations to the girl for the 1 point. Congratulations to the captain of the team, because you really were given our large shoes to fill and almost a basket to carry water. And I think you carry the water and end up with 1 drop of water left in the basket. But I really have commendations for the captain.
No. Well, save that one the Qatar, because she was done. So big up to football religion, big up to Brian, big up to CC, big up to Qatar, big up to Travis, everybody who called in tonight, big up yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope that we can be on again before the weekend so we can have some more sporting discussion. Big up to all the people who donate. Super chat, Guzman, big up yourself. Who is that? Dave here for the super sticker. And there was one other person who did a super sticker. Big up yourself as well. I don't remember the think of Pristine. Yeah, man, Pristine. Big up yourself. So people, stay safe. Have yourselves a good week. Hopefully we'll see you again. Until next time.
I'm to super sticker and brain drain.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.